Hey there, and welcome. Today we're diving into a piece of technology that's pretty much the unsung hero of our high-speed world, the optical fiber cable. We're going to see just how these tiny, hair-thin strands of glass are completely changing the game for how we connect everything.
All right, here's the game plan. We'll kick things off with why using light is such a big deal. Then we'll slice open a cable to see what's inside. After that, we'll compare the two main types, see how they're used in the field, and then wrap it all up with a quick summary and a little pop quiz.
So, let's jump right in. Section 1, the power of light. And this is where we really start to see the massive leak away from old-school copper wires. Just think about that for a second. Billions of bits of data every single second. Total immunity to electrical noise. And security so tight, it's almost untouchable. This isn't just an improvement, it's a revolution, especially for critical infrastructure, and of course, for the armed forces.
And that brings us to our mission today. By the time we're done here, you'll be able to look at a fiber cable, know exactly how it's built, and understand the difference between its two modes so you know which one to use in a tactical situation.
Okay, so how is this incredible technology actually put together? Let's get into the anatomy of an optical fiber cable, or OFC for short.
When you boil it all down, any communication line needs just three basic things. You need a transmitter to send the signal, a receiver to catch it, and some kind of media to carry that signal from point A to point B. It's really that fundamental.
And here's where you can see that evolution in the media itself. We went from the old way, shoving electrical pulses through a copper wire, to something much more elegant, sending pulses of pure light down a tiny strand of glass. That's the core innovation right there.
So, here's the bottom line. An optical fiber cable is just a very well-protected bundle of glass fibers made to carry light. And because we're using light, the speeds are just incredible. 100 megabits per second, that's just the starting block. And check this out. This shows you just how it's built. Right at the very heart of it, you have the glass fiber core. That's the highway for the light. Then it's wrapped in layers and layers of protection. Plastic shields, Kevlar for strength, and a tough outer jacket. So no, this isn't some fragile piece of glass. It's engineered to be tough as nails. Now that we know what it's made of, let's talk about the two main flavors these cables come in. This is all about single-mode versus multi-mode fiber. First up, we've got single mode, and really, the name gives it away. The light travels in one single, straight path right down the middle of the core. Think of it like a perfectly aimed laser beam in a tiny tunnel. That precision is what makes it absolutely perfect for sending massive amounts of data over really long distances. And when I say long distances, I mean it. A single-mode fiber can blast a signal for up to 100 kilometers without any help, without a repeater. That is just an incredible range.
On the other side of the coin, you have multi-mode. Now in this one, the light actually bounces around, taking multiple paths as it travels down the core. It uses a simpler, less powerful LED light source, which makes it a great, cost-effective choice for shorter runs, like connecting different buildings on a campus or wiring up a local office.
This table here breaks it all down beautifully. For the light source, it's a high-powered laser versus a simple LED. Bandwidth, you've got high versus standard. And the big one, distance, we're talking a massive 100 kilometers for single mode versus a much shorter 2 kilometers for multi-mode. The choice becomes pretty clear depending on the job. Okay, so we've got the technology down. But why does it really matter? What's the strategic benefit? Well, that brings us to the tactical advantage. See, out in the field, you can't just use the stuff you'd buy at a hardware store. The armed forces use something called tactical OFC. This is a military-grade, super rugged version built to be deployed, retrieved, and then deployed again, over and over, in some of the harshest conditions you can imagine. So let's imagine a real-world problem. You have to set up a command post, but the only spot is right next to some humming, high-tension power lines. If you tried to use old copper cables, that electromagnetic field would just scramble your data, making your communications totally unreliable. And this is why optical fiber is such a game-changer. First, because it uses light, not electricity, it is completely immune to that interference. Problem solved. On top of that, it's way lighter and smaller than bulky copper cable, which is a massive win for mobile units. And maybe most importantly, the light signal is trapped inside the glass, making it incredibly difficult to tap into without being detected. That's a huge security advantage.
All right, let's tie this all together with a quick summary. You can think of this as the code of fiber, the essential rules you gotta remember.
So,
Here are the key takeaways. All communication needs a transmitter, receiver, and media. An OFC is built tough, with a glass core protected by plastic and Kevlar. For the long haul, up to 100 kilometers, you need single-mode fiber with a laser. For shorter ranges, up to 2 kilometers, multi-mode with an LED is your go-to. And for the armed forces, the big wins are immunity to interference, lighter weight, and rock-solid security.
Okay, before we wrap up, let's do a quick knowledge check and put this information to use.
So here's the scenario for you. You need to connect 2 check posts, and they're 15 kilometers apart. Based on what we've just covered, what type of fiber are you going to pick, and what kind of light source will it need? Think about the distance. The answer's right there. That's all for our explainer on optical fiber cable. Thanks for tuning in.